Per Homme Intense by Prada is an oriental skin scent. Now, oriental and skin scent are not normally found together in the same fragrance, but in Per Homme Intense, it's very apt. This is a sensuous, subtly decadent eau de parfum. It's got layers, but it's not screaming from the rooftops. This is just quietly involving and enveloping. It's a subtle skin scent. It really just hovers close to the person who's wearing it and the person who's close to the person who's wearing it. Now, it kicks off in a somewhat misleading fashion with bergamot, which is the traditional men's fragrance ingredient. It's got that great zesty citrus fruit peel fragrance, but it quickly gets quieted down by a whole beautiful blur of amber and patchouli and myrrh. And I'm particularly excited about the myrrh in Per Homme Intense because I love how this ancient fragrance ingredient has, it's got a real friction between spicy and sweet. It has kind of a pine element to it, and it also has a little bit of an aromatic root beer thing going on. Now, this isn't hugely apparent in Per Homme Intense. It's really just more about this kind of twangy, sweet, spicy element, but it does add dusty mystery to this whole affair. And the patchouli is worth talking about because, you know, patchouli can show up in all different ways in all sorts of perfumes. It's manipulated to bring out different characteristics of this, of the leaf. And sometimes patchouli can smell like earth, dirt. Sometimes it can smell very deep and fruity. Sometimes it's camphorous, a little mentholy. And in the case of Per Homme Intense, it leans towards chocolate. Not all the way to chocolate. It's a little bit more like powdered cocoa. And there's some vanilla in this eau de parfum, so it definitely, it does put you in mind of chocolate. But I wouldn't call this fragrance au gourmand. It's not edible. It's really just more, you're just getting that kind of the richness and the decadence of the chocolate rather than that edible factor. You know, you don't smell like a walking sundae in this. And my absolute favorite part of Per Homme Intense is the labdanum in the dry down. Labdanum is a resin from a shrub that has an incredibly beguiling, sweet, leathery kind of nuance. And just, it's really one of my favorite ingredients, along with myrrh. So I'm very positively disposed towards this fragrance. And this is just one of the things that makes Per Homme Intense so subtle yet so persistent. And I've heard some people, I've read some comments saying, people complaining that they don't find that this is a fragrance that lasts very long on them, but I beg to differ. I think that maybe people are kind of used to that foghorn leghorn kind of, you know, fragrances that just are broadcasting at top volumes, and this is not one of those. It does linger, but it lingers quietly. And in fact, I should just add as a little side note, there's no resemblance to the original Per Homme by Prada. And that's a whole different affair. It's a kind of soft, soapy musk. It's really about the soap. This one is about the amber and the labdanum. Just so beautiful. I find it rather come hitherish. Yeah. I think that this definitely gets into the adults only territory. If you know where I'm headed with that. I'm Katie Puckrik, and I smell.